Hi guys, welcome to my shop. I'm getting ready for a show that opens, well, I have to have all the work completed and delivered 2 weeks from today. So yeah, a little crazy around here. I just thought I'd show you a little of what I've been up to and just talk about the show that's coming up a little bit so you have the full scoop on that. For this show, I decided to concentrate on all smaller pieces than what I've been doing the last few years. The reason I concentrated on smaller pieces for this show is to give some of the people who've always been so supportive of my work that I really appreciate. Seriously, I've had people coming to pretty much every show I do for like years and years, and I'm really bad with names, but I always recognize those familiar faces and I truly appreciate it. And so I thought by concentrating on smaller pieces for this show, it might give some of those folks an opportunity to own something. As my work gets bigger and bigger, it really does push it out of the affordable range for most people. So I thought it would be fun to do a show that was just as many small pieces as I could possibly produce that would all be a little bit more affordable because of their small size. So I hope that's how it comes out. As usual, I would love for there to be hundreds of these. I would love for the show to be sort of humanly impossibly cool, but I don't know. I don't know how many I'm going to have time to do. Whatever the number it is, it will wind up being fewer pieces than I want it to be. But right now I'm just striving for each and every piece I do complete to be like a small gem that, somebody will just see it and fall in love and take it home and be able to take it home. Most of the pieces for the show are going to be a lot smaller than what you're used to seeing from me, like 10.5 inches square. Here's one of the larger pieces. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's hard to get a good angle, but kind of a pony-sized head. I love, love, love finding perfectly rusted steel like this. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. I really think that look of rust coming through old paint on steel is just a really cool look. I just love it. What better time to completely experiment with things I've never done before than when I'm under a super tight deadline and tons of pressure, right? That's how I roll. So I started experimenting with some new painting techniques for this show that have been extremely time consuming, but are coming out really cool. So I've been getting some really cool and different effects on the metal than I have in the past. This piece, I don't even know if the phone is able to pick this up, but it's this cool multi-layered effect that I usually like with my work, but it's got all these different little, I don't even know what you'd call this, areas where you see the layers of paint through each other, and this really cool, like swirly, type effect. This is a piece that I'm contemplating leaving all in one big piece like this and doing something related to nightingales on it. I don't know, I'm still making up my mind. So I'm spending a lot of my time lost in the visuals of these over 40 paintings that I've got going on, and over 40 individual unique little sculptures to go on the front of them, in addition to some freestanding sculptures that I've got going on, like this guy here. Just finished him this morning. His whole thing, he started, I don't even know what this is. It's some kind of a piece of farming equipment, I think. But to me, I was like, nope, that's a raven's beak. So that led to him. And I don't know how many more of, these corvid type birds I'll have time to make. I've also got this wonderful little horse that I would love to make some companions for. I've actually got a bunch of little hooves ready to go to make some friends for him. I don't know how much I'll have time to do. And I'm continually, collecting images, working with my sketch pad, like nonstop. A show like this just doesn't happen for me anyway without like 7-day weeks, 10, 12-hour days. It's just nonstop. Like when I go in at night, I'm sketching. I feel like I'm dreaming this stuff in my sleep. So yes, it's a mad dash to the finish line, but it's also, I feel lucky because I absolutely have that feeling that I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to do. And that's my wish for each and every one of you guys out there, that you get to do what you're meant to do too. The show opens Friday night, October 6th, and there'll be a little opening night reception thing that I'll be at. It's at Seasons on St. Croix Gallery in Hudson, Wisconsin, and I hope a lot of you guys can make it. Just a word about the whole gallery thing. Galleries are having a really tough time of it now. A lot of millennials are kind of opting out. They're not that interested in owning things, and I sort of relate to that minimalism, but purchasing art is what makes it possible for artists to live and work in your communities. So whether or not you're that into owning stuff, if you think having artists around is a good thing in general, get on that and get down to your local gallery and buy some art and help keep them going, because they really are incubators for our careers and our creativity. Frankly, even as my work drifts more and more towards the public sector and large pieces, it's really valuable for me to have blocks of time every once in a while where I'm just allowed to experiment and really let my creativity off the leash, so to speak. And without having a show to prepare for, my entire calendar would just fill up with commissions, and I'm not sure how good that would be for my artistic development, really. So I'm very grateful to Seasons for this show, and the work doesn't cost any more when you buy it from them than when you buy it from me. So do get in and support your local gallery, which in turn does support your local creative people in your communities. I don't know. God, look at my shop. It's absolutely insane right now. All I can say is wish me skill and luck and speed, proficiency, whatever it takes to pull this show off. And I hope to see some of you guys in October. I don't know when you'll hear from me next. It might be the night of the opening. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.